Fox News alert. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that President Trump privately has approved an attack plan for Iran, but has not yet given the final order. Will the U.S. get involved? Should we get involved? And what would it look like? David Burke, retired Lieutenant Colonel, is a Top Gun instructor and Marine Corps officer. David, great to see you. Colonel, you have some experience here. Although we've never dropped this 30,000-pound bomb, what could it do?
Yeah, this would be the first drop in combat, but we are very familiar, a lot of testing with this bomb. This is a massive weapon designed to penetrate deep underground, hardened targets, well-protected targets like the one you're discussing, and take them out.
So you say it's probably, even though we have some options, if you could take a look at this full screen, we're going to use the B-2, and we're going to have, is it going to be one 30,000 bomb per fighter jet?
Shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh being the true name of the Father, Yahushai being the name of his only begotten Son, who the world eagerly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone, that teaches truth and will well, and salutations to you, hopeful like pushing this truth in all its sincerity. This is Brother Yabasap, because you know, listen to the spirit power, Yahweh Shai, another update, end times and events. And as you can see, the plan has been given the check mark by Donald Trump as far as what they would do to strike Iran. And want to put the warning out there to anyone that's living near a major metropolis, major big city such as New York, LA, DC, Chicago. Be on high alert, but also even more so if you live near a military base. If there's a station near you, you might want to be cautious. Try to avoid going to those areas or nearby, because if this happens, there's definitely a lot of sleeper cells in the United States, from Iran. And not just that, but Israel is very desperate to get the United States involved, so there could be a false flag event. False flag meaning an inside job similar to 9/11 that can take place just to pull, as an excuse for the United States to actually get involved into the war and go ahead and make this strike go forward. So pretty much everybody's kind of expecting now at this point, we're going to hear breaking news and it'll be broadcasted everywhere, and interruption of service to show footage of something happening in the United States or multiple things happening. And they showed the B-2 bomber in this footage here. So if Iran actually does follow through and activated sleeper cells, places where that is stationed at, you can expect some type of event to take place against those bases and things like that, because the leader of Iran said it. He said it, So we're in a time of war and rumors of war. So brothers and sisters, be cautious about where you're going as you travel. Might want to try to stay put right now because what's going to happen is if there's an actual event that does take place and hit the United States from one of these sleeper cells getting activated, all travel will be shut down, for emergencies, so you won't be able to get back home or possibly get to the destination that you're trying to go to. And they may even go as far as the shutting down certain highways depending on how bad these attacks pick up. This is why you got to pay attention to the signs at times, man. Now's the time to where the prophets are doing their job, and it's our job to basically warn the people. We're paying attention to what's going on. So me as a prior person that served in the military, I've been exposed to what the United States has to offer. I've also, when I was in, they briefed me on as far as the threats that are available, in the United States. So certain places, and that definitely Kansas City should probably be on the target, the hit list for that, because that's where that thing flies out of. That's getting ready to strike. It's only about 50 miles away from, downtown Kansas City, roughly 50, 60 miles. So there could be some things that can shake up to take place here, you know, but mainly they're going to be hitting bases directly themselves, and as well as strategic locations in DC, such as the Pentagon and places like that. Hey, those are all targets from these other nations, from America's enemies. So keep watch, man. We're gonna see how this unfolds if he decides to make a move. Even if he doesn't decide to make a move, like I said, Israel really wants the United States to get involved. So they typically get what they want, because that is the head tribe of Esau, is Amalek. All right, and they're desperate to get that birthright back. So they've forcibly placed themselves in a land that was not theirs. It actually belongs to the real Hebrew Israelites, which is so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Those guys are doing identity theft over there, and they're in that land. They want to maintain control of that land, and they maintain control of different parts of the world as well. The head tribes of Esau, Amalek, at the top, which is the leaders of the elites, people called the Rothschilds, you know, which is the head of the Illuminati and different secret organizations that really run the world. Okay, that's one of their capitals is over there right now that they placed is Israel. So if they say they want a certain country to get involved in the war, typically that's what ends up happening. And you can see that Trump kind of in a way bows down to, you know, Netanyahu, however you pronounce his name, the leader of Israel. He kind of does what the dude says do. You know, the United States is in the pocket of Israel. You know, we send so much money and funds over there. So if he's saying, you know, the United States needs to strike and be involved too, you can expect that's what's gonna happen. All right, so this means that your lives are about to change. All right, where you're comfortable at is about to change. And like I said, I'm speaking from experience. Somebody that used to be in this shit, okay? You know, and I could just say, put the warning out there. You know, head on a swivel. Be careful where you go and as you travel, you know, and just take caution. Take caution. This is the book of 1 Thessalonians 5:4. It says, "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, and that day should overtake you as a thief." Okay, so we should not be getting caught off guard by things that's happened. You have to kind of be mentally be ready to expect anything at all times. Okay? It says, "Ye are all the children of light and children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness." Okay, so we pay attention what goes on. The Lord's got his light on us, so if you're in his truth, you're blessed to get these warnings. This is part of how we're going to be good. Okay? This is the book of 2 Peter 3:10. "But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up." So the last day of the Lord, you know, upon his return, you know, means that there's going to be destruction. And it's prophesied, like in the scripture, it's talking about thermonuclear bombs going off. Now that ultimately is going to happen as a mass casualty scale across the world, you know, upon the return of Yahushua after the mark of the beast has been made mandatory. So when they put out the order that everybody got to go take this thing in their hand and their head, you know, that's when you could expect any moment this type of judgment to come. And it's going to come quickly, but also, you know, once that order is put out to take that C-hip, the micro C-hip, if you know what I'm referring to, okay, thing device goes in your hand, your head, you can expect the full-fledged war to really go. Really go. This thing's not going to kick off fully until that happens. But leading up to that point, there are things that's going to take place to rush Esau, Edom, to go ahead and implement that device and make it mandatory, and to accomplish his goals in world control and have the perfect slaves. So we're leading up to that point. You know, nations rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom, which the scriptures say. That prophecy is being fulfilled. There's sedition among men has spoken. That's happening right now. Prophecy is being fulfilled. So this third world war is all part of it. And the scriptures say that those things must come to pass. I mean, they have to happen. They have to happen. So we're just watching for what's going on. The United States will be pulled into this shit, one way or another, man. I don't foresee them backing out and all of a sudden coming up with a deal and canceling. You know, but we never know because they've been playing around for quite some time now. So they might do that, but more than likely, that's not how it's about to go down. All right, they want this thing. They want to, you know, they don't want to waste a good opportunity to establish order in the midst of chaos. So chaos is being built up. So you gotta watch, man. This is Mark 13:33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. So make sure you paying attention what the fuck's happening, because you don't know when the time is when all shit's gonna hit the fan. But we know this is like any day, any second, shit could get real, and things could go downhill very fast. Like they could overnight tonight, you know, some certain attacks can happen. A place can get hit in the United States. The dollar can say that the stock markets have completely crashed, and you know, all of a sudden everybody's bank account is negative thousands of dollars. Like overnight, this shit can happen. That's how fast. You don't have to build up to it. It's at the point right now, shit is that bad. They could just say, hey, boom, hit the button. Dollar collapses, or another country hit the button. Somewhere in the United States is hit. World War III goes off, and they say, hey, look, we need to come up with a plan to fix this shit. Hey, everybody doesn't have any money right now. You can come to this center, this facility. You can get this microchip. It has X amount of dollars on it. It has a credit. It has a stimulus on it for you to pay your bills. Times of war hit, draft hits, you know. Oh, we got this immigration problem, these immigrants. We need to track people going in and out. We have this device. That's the answer, is this device, man. They're going to push that. That's how fast. Like overnight, this shit can happen. Within like 24 hours, man. They can just start pushing out this shit. Come here for shelter. You know, places in the United States gets hit. They may have public places you could go to for bomb shelters. And all these things, man. This is about to be the new reality of your average everyday citizen. Y'all being comfortable here, pretty soon those comforts are going to be gone. Are going to be gone, man. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So you don't want to make the mistake of being in this mindset, oh, it's not in my lifetime. Oh, there's never going to be nothing that's going to happen in the United States. Oh, you don't know that. Oh, that could happen 1,000 years from now, 100 years from now. You know, well, we have peace right now. We good. Look, I can go to Walmart. Look, I can go travel to Bermuda. I can go to Jamaica and come back. I can go to Mexico. And, you know, I just bought a house. You know, see, money, our economy's fine. You know, I just got this job. People start saying peace and safety in the midst of everything that's going to shit around them. Hey, you're setting yourself up. Then suddenly destruction comes. And that's kind of the mentality what's happening with these Americans, man. They still think peace and safety is coming. Trump is playing games with y'all people saying, I don't know when I'm going to hit. It could be, I might do it, I might not. I might do it, I might not. Yeah, he just approved a plan of attack. You know, I'm going to make America great again. You know, I'm about to do this and do that. And the money's about to get back to the people because, you know, they've been stealing from you. All this bullshit, man. Meanwhile, everything's being set up to set y'all people up right now. They're talking about taking away all these benefits. The food stamps is about to be only funded through the state, not through the federal government. Section 8 is about to be funded through the state, not the federal government. And guess what? States are getting broke. The whole country's already fucking broke. How are states going to pay for it? So people about to lose their benefits, lose their places to stay. Food is going high with these tariffs and these trade wars. It's getting expensive. You know, and with this war with Iran, well, they're a huge supplier of oil around across the globe. So what you think that's about to do to the gas prices? Gas prices are about to soar through the roof, especially if the United States hit Iran. Soar through the roof. These other countries that we get oil from, they're going to be hitting us with tariffs, man. So if people can't afford the gas, they can't afford to pay the truckers to get the goods to the stores, for the deliveries to be made. So everything is going to be a chain reaction to fuck up everything. People are not going to get the food. Food's not going to make it to the stores. The shelves going to be empty. That's going to force people to start rioting and fighting and killing each other because they're hungry. You see the chain reaction that's being built, the stage that's being set. Therefore, now they got to call what? Martial law, because we just got a pocket nuke with somewhere, or one of these Iranians put a bomb somewhere and blew up a damn building in D.C. or multiple buildings in multiple cities because they got the go ahead from their leader to do it in the midst of everything already chaotic and being expensive and being fucked up. You see? Hey, so head on a swivel, man. Watch and pray. With that, I'm going to close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Dobanos, our apostles, elders, great millstone, touch the truth and will well. Salutations to Jehovah, pushing his truth and sincerity. Shalom.